Hello and welcome to this video where I will be going through section 1 of a St. Paul Girls sample maths paper. The first section is arithmetic. Let's start. Calculate 15.05, take away 14.84. We will do this the column subtraction method. First of all, we have to write it out so each digit lines up, and then we take away 5 to take away 4 is 1, and then we can't do 0 take away 8, so we cross out the 5 and write a 4 because we borrow a 1 to go here. This creates 10 take away 8 is 2, there's a decimal point here. 4 take away 4 is 0, 1 take away 1 is 0, so we know it's 0.21, so it's A. Next question, calculate 31.6 times 7. Again, we'll do it column multiplication way. 6 times 7 is 42, so we put a 2 there and a 4 here, and then we put a decimal point. 1 times 7 is 7, and we add the 4 back on because it's a carryover. So here, there's a 1 here and a 1 here. 3 times 7 is 21, and plus the 1 is 22. So it's 221.2. So the answer is B. The next question says calculate 60% of 765. There are two ways to do this. We could either divide by 60 and then times by 100, or times by 100 and then divide by 60. Alternatively, we could turn 60% into a fraction. This will make it much easier. 60% is 60 out of 100. We can simplify this to 6/10, which we can then simplify to 3/5. So we know we need to find 3/5 of 765. 765 divided by 5. First of all, how many 5s fit into 7? This is 1 and we have a remainder of 2. How many 5s fit into 26? This is 5 with a remainder of 1. And finally, how many 5s fit into 15? And this is 3. So we know 1/5 of 765 is 153. We need 3/5 of 765, so we need to times 153 by 3. 153 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 3 is 15, so we put 5 then carry over 1. 1 times 3 is 3 and plus the 1 is 4. So we know 3/5 of 765 is 459, and that 3/5 is equal to 60%. So our answer is B, 459. The next question says, fill in the missing number. 1/2 of 20 is 1/4 of, and then we need to work out that number. So first of all, 1/2 of 20 is the same as 20 divided by 2, and this is 10. This is equal to 1/4 of something. When we find 1/4 of something, this is the same as dividing it by 4. If we want to find this number, we need to do the inverse. The inverse means doing the opposite. So instead of dividing by 4, we have to multiply by 4. So 10 times 4 will be 40. So therefore, 1/2 of 20 is 1/4 of 40. The next question is another fill in the missing number. So 0.627 is 0.6 plus 0.2 plus something. This is the question that requires place value grid. Now that we have this place value grid, we can fill it in. So in 0.627, there are 0 ones, 6/10ths, 200ths, and 7,000ths. Then we have an equal sign, and we have 0.6, 0.02. This adds up to 0.62. The only thing that's missing is a 7, but it is in the thousandths column. So that means this is 0.007, which is D. Circle the number closest in value to 0.1. For this one, let us figure out how far each one is away from 1. The first option is 0.02. This is 0.08 away from 0.1. The next one is 0.08. This is 0.02 away from 0.1. The next one is 0.13, and this is 0.03 away from 0.1. The next one is 0.2, and this is a whole 1/10 away from 0.1. And the next one is 0.9, and that's 8/10 away from 0.1. And the smallest of these numbers is 0.02, so that means B is the closest to 0.1. The next question says, a bag contains 20 marbles and weighs 42 grams. The empty box weighs 12 grams. Calculate the weight of one marble. Here, I think they mean that the bag and the box is the same thing. So we have a box/bag with 20 marbles. The entire thing weighs 42, but the empty box weighs 12 grams. That means that 20 marbles weigh 30 grams. So 20 marbles weigh 30 grams. We want to calculate the weight of one marble. So we have to find one marble. That means we divide both sides by 20. 30 divided by 20 is 1.5. So one marble is 1.5 grams, which is C. The next question says, calculate 848 divided by 16. Here, we will use bus stop method. First of all, we ask how many 16s fit into 8. This is 0 with a remainder of 8. Next, how many 16s fit into 84. This is 5 with a remainder of 4. And finally, how many 16s fit into a 48. This is 3. So therefore our answer is 53. The next question says, calculate 11% of 30,500. Here we can divide by 100 and then times by 11. This will be the easiest way. 30,500 divided by 100 will be 305. Now we need to times this by 11. We can do this by timesing 305 by 10 first, and then timesing 305 by 1 and adding these together. 305 times 10 is 3,050. 305 times 1 is 305. If we add these together, we get 3,355. This means our answer is B. A quarter of a third of a number is 1. What is the number? Here we have to use the inverse operation. That means doing the opposite of what we did before. So we had a number and we found 1/3 of it and then a quarter. Finding 1/3 of a number is the same as dividing by 3. This means we have to times the number by 3. So 1 times 3 is 3. Then we found a quarter. That means we have to times that number by 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So we know that the original number is 12, but let's try it out to see if it works. A quarter of 12 is 3, and a third of 3 is 1. That means the answer is 12. Thank you for watching the St. Paul Girls Sample Paper Section 1. This focuses on arithmetic. If you would like to see more questions that focus on word problem reasoning, watch the next episodes of the series and subscribe so you know when they are out.